Yeah, so it turns out that not only are you going to get black level clearance in the Terminal Directive box, there's also going to be a card called red level clearance, which is going to be the final clearance card. It's going to be a triple. I look forward to seeing that. Yes, and how you wondering how I might have got wind of this, Damon? Well, I've got sources, so there you go. Hello and welcome, and on today's episode of Seedy Location, this one is for the new players. Now, for those of you who have obviously never played Netrunner or been involved in Netrunner for very long, let me explain what's about to happen here. Seedy Location, yes, it's about Netrunner, but I don't go with straight lines, you know, like new cards, design. There's too many other podcasts about new cards and whatnot. I deal more with things around the game.
For Carmatrine and to
interactions, political insights, you know, stuff like that, stuff behind the scenes, the more seedier parts of the game. And in this episode, I wanted to go over interactions with top level players. So what do I mean by that? So for example, you're new, you'd have no idea how the game works, how the metas work, how the interactions are decided, how the best cards are decided, for example. That's what this episode is about. Now, you've got into this game because it's an excellent game, and there are lots and lots of excellent people. And I'm not here to say that anyone ruins it or anything like that. Well, I do, but what I'm here to say is things that you could probably be on the lookout for. That's right, it's that kind of episode. Now, there was this lovely article about the different types of netrunners you find. I'm just going to basically focus on two groups right now. The Netrunner Illuminati, or the Slack chat, general chat for Netrunner, which is quite awesome. I like those guys. And some of the other top level players that I interact with. Well, I haven't interacted with a few of them for quite a while, but yeah, that's what the focus is of this, and you as a new person. I love the way the eyes go on my screen goes on my eyes. Okay. So, let's start. You may be coming from a magic background, or you may have just been brought in by a friend or a loved one. And how does the Netrunner Illuminati, as well as these top level players, affect your ability to play? Yes, make it official! Make it official! Ugh. I need to get more alcohol. Yeah, so anyway, as you can see, that a lot of stuff can get decided here, and it does affect you as a new player. If you do want advice on deck building and whatnot, I have some videos about that, but there are much better people than me for that kind of stuff. There's Willing Done, excellent videos, much better videos than mine. You can also look at Benjamin Nee's videos as well, second best player on the planet currently.
I can't believe it's turned out like this. If only I could turn the clock back. Then we could be the way we were.
It's not your fault, Sarah. Everyone makes mistakes. Now forget it.
I mean, let's face it. No one wants to be like them.
Now, if you're just playing with you and a very close group of friends and you don't play with anyone else, it doesn't really affect you. In some more remote areas, where you can't get access to a store championships or anything like that, it's not really going to affect you either. However, it does affect you if you're going to the national level, the regional level, and definitely at Worlds. So let's go over some of my interactions with these groups and said players. I'd like to note that all of them are awesome and they do contribute to the community as a whole way more than I do. I tend to pick it, that's it, this way. Alcohol's taking effect, good. So,
The time has come. Same login screen. Nothing cool or dramatic. Alright, this is a huge grid.
So let's just res this. Hopefully it'll cost us some money. She wants to trash this. But she's using prepaid. Prepaid is where you use prepaid voice pad to play events for cheap. Cards like Lucky Find and so forth. Oh dear, oh dear. Forcing me to discard if I res stuff. Oh, that's unfortunate for me. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my economy up, because the big weakness of this deck is if you have no economy you can't do nothing. And you need to get really started resing stuff on this, and this card here, this hack to this meeting, is really dangerous for me because I need to res these upgrades. But if I res these upgrades I start losing cards from HQ. And if I lose his friends from high places I'm in real trouble. Anything else is not too bad for me. Right. So let's get started on that. What I care about is that she's accessed a bloody agenda. I can't read any of this ice because they're just invalidating all my ice. And then going to use play en passant to trash it. There we go, see, en passant to trash it.
Estimate your fighting ability has been reduced by 65 to 70%. You should reconsider your decision.
I know what I'm doing. Now shut the fuck up, all of you.
As a new player, a lot of the most powerful degenerate decks make ice irrelevant, and ice is supposed to be a cornerstone of the game. I mean, I'm not saying you can't have iceless decks, but I mean, it should be an edge case, not a way that you have to play the game to get to a pro level. The best custom books on JNet. It's something. Let's see. Where are all the friends in high places, man? And there's all the economy cards. There's the Arc Lockdown. But so the point is, the deck has the answers. Not always the answers you want to see, but it has the answers.
I hope one day you and I will be able to work together as a team again. But first I'd have to get this damn collar off, and we have to figure out a way of dealing with this situation we've got into.
Here's Biokin's Netrunner channel. Yeah, he's currently the second best player on in the planet. So why you should listen to this guy. Seedy Location. Yeah, so there he is, guy up there, the nice guy with the glasses. So yeah, Benjamin Neath, second in the world. Highly recommend you see his channel. Let's get another one up.
Everyone, Willing Dunn here, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about playing against Jinteki Personal Evolution. I have a few credits if you're making...
And see how professional it all sounds and how professional it all is? Yes, highly recommended. And this is... Okay, this is Zaki and Rosen. He's a top 16 Worlds competitor. Very good player, excellent guy. Played me once. Yeah, I'm just going to go through the list here. Okay, this is Tagore. Another Worlds competitor. He just missed the cut, but he's very consistently placing top at tournaments.
Nothing has happened. Over to the co-op side now. This pack contains quite a lot of co-op cards.
Yeah, Tagore often teams up. Tagore used to play a lot with... Tagore used to play a lot with Benjamin, and again, that's why they are both extremely good. So again, that's another player you got to look out for, well, in the UK at the very least. See, Kamisha's a very nice... He's been... Okay, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Klimshar, you'll see him a lot on Jinteki. This player does tend to stir up controversy for some reason. I don't know. He seems like a perfectly nice guy to me. Yeah, so... For some reason... Everyone wants me to say how much that I've beaten him with my custom Bartender deck, which is true. I've got, like I said, this video is me proving that I've beaten him with. I don't know why, but it seemed very important that for everyone that I mentioned this for some reason. Although if it was to play me again, he'd just steam all over me. So, but either way, it's here. I've beaten Klimshar. There's also another person called Seamus I've beaten as well. Awesome guy. He looks so sexy in that suit. Anyway, I've also beaten him too. And then, again, he goes on to thrash me over and over again. But still, other players you might not see as much are Alex White. And Tim Fowler. Let's see if we can get...
Hello and welcome to another Near Running Cast. As always, my name is Jono, and once again I'm joined by Joey. How you doing, Joey?
Not too bad, thank you.
Great. So, we had to do reverse in the previous video, so we're still on table, whatever it was, 2 or 3 at this point, in round 3 of the Swiss, of the UK Nationals at the Games Expo in Birmingham, and we have...
Okay, this is Near Running Grid. They're an excellent thing that you should be watching if you want to become like really good at Netrunner. This is not my content, so I'm just going to go over it quickly. Alex White and Dave Portland are also 2 players you got to look out for. And finally, the final play, and there's also Dan Jorginho and also Dan Jorginho. Like I said, if you watch the winning agenda and One Last Click, you'll get another whole host of people to watch out for. But these are the people that are at the top level of the game that I at least interacted with in some way, shape or form. And it is possible to beat them. It is really difficult. I've beaten most of these people at least once. Very difficult to do, but I have. And I've got video of some of it. You know, I've got video of Klimshar, Seamus, Zaki and Rosen. I don't think I've got Tagore on video. No, I don't have Tagore on video, but again, I don't have Alex White on video. No, I don't have Alex White on video. But I'm not saying that I can, but like I said, I've only ever beaten these people once, and it was with a lot of luck, and it wasn't proper. Out of like the 30 games, let's say I'll have 30 games with them, I'll win 1 game. Let's just put it like that. It's like that, but still, I have beaten these people with custom botics. So if for some reason any pros are watching this, yes, I have beaten these people and they're on blast. And for some reason, it must be mentioned again. Yes, I've beaten Klimsha. I don't know why everyone wants me to go on about. It was once. It happened one time, but still, I've got video of it. And so, what do I want to get out of this? I want you to be able to go to Reddit and not be afraid, because there are lots of beginner questions. There's random poems, newbie questions. And there's good people who put up nice content, and then there's me who puts up trash like this, but still I put up anyway because you have the right to know. Although I will say Benuit Bioken doesn't put up his stuff on here as much as I'd like him to.
You can affect the conversations, I think, by adding in or removing Karmatrine.
Right, now that I'm drunk, let's get on with this. So let's bring up.
So you might just be able to get people pissed, which sounds quite fun. And a lot of the time, the characters reveal a bit extra.
Yeah, so this is the Android Netrunner Slack. Again, there should be a link. And they're just a nice bunch of people who just talk about Netrunner in general and stuff around it. And I find that these people tend to be one of the 2 or 3 places where it's decided what the best cards are. See, look, they're deciding smoke now. Leave Exile alone. What were they talking about? Let's just make sure.
More money, more freedom, more air.
But anyway, the point is that yes, as you can see, these people are discussing the game right now. Damon Stone, yeah, the developer also will actually talk to you about the rulings and how he intends the cards to work. So you can ask him directly. He's very, very communicative. It's very nice. Okay, what this conversation is about is it's about a ruling with a card that prevents other programs. It's called Navi Grid. There's much debate about this card because it could solve a lot of issues that we're having with Anarch being way too powerful right now, and with Bioroids being really easy to get through with just clicks. And the issue is that originally it was ruled that Bioroids, you could still click through them if this card is in play. You can still click through them and get through Bioroids, because if you remember the core set, you see you've got Hamdal and you've got Victor, and you can click through them. But this card would make you say you couldn't click through them. However, Damestone ruled that no, you can still click through Bioroids. However, someone made a Photoshop saying that you could not click through them, and thus it would make Bioroids a lot better. And this would have changed the whole landscape of the game. And I would have liked it to have been true, but that's not how it works. That's not how the card works. And again, this has been discussed here. And again, Damestone, also the developer of the game, also confirmed that no, you can still click through Bioroids. But either way, that, as you can see, high-level stuff like that is being decided here. I mean, Ilshore Damestone still is the one that makes it official. But again, if it's decided by popular opinion, like on places like here, it can affect your game. So when you, as a new person, go to a tournament and you get these rules and you ask for a rule and regulation, things like that often get decided in places like this. So if you want to be part of the discussion, come here. Yeah, so again, I want Daniel, as you can, okay, what the discussion we're having here is that I want Daniel, a character from an original board game. Basically, let me just break it down for you as a new person so you can understand what's going on here. This character here, he might or may not be a character called Exile, and I'm debating that he is. And basically, this kind of stuff gets decided here. I mean, sure, the guys at FFG, the guys who make Android Netrunner, can overrule this, but usually, if you imply it here enough, FFG just says, "What the hell? The fans want it this way, make it this way." So I'm trying to make it so it is.
You will pay for your sabotage.
except we won't. Finish him. We must escape before the computer blows. Too late. Gotcha.